Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Kalyn. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, I am back at it again with another Q&A video. If you missed my first one, I will leave a link down below for you. So I have my phone right here and I'm gonna be going on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, and I think Facebook too. And I'm gonna be answering some questions for you guys. The first question comes to us from Boo Cargo, and she wants to know, what are secrets to good marriage when married so young? Well, I mean, I'm young, yes, but my husband is almost 10 years older than me. He is 33 right now and I am 23. I mean, yes, I'm still married young. He's not. He's like right around their normal age. But I guess to answer that question in general, I think my advice, that was the question, right? The secret is really just to pick and choose your battles, girl. You guys are gonna fight. There's no couple in the world who doesn't fight. You guys are gonna fight. You know, your guys are gonna get on each other's nerves, but it's all about compromising and, you know, if it's something little, just get over it and move on. Both of you have to pick and choose your battles and kind of go from there, and make sure that when something upsets you, talk about it right then and there. Don't let that build up, because if it does, it becomes a million times worse. So that is that's my secret to, I think, a successful marriage while being young. And then she had a part 2 question, makeup related, and it says, preference / pro or con of liquid lipsticks and normal ones. So I prefer liquid lipsticks. Ever since liquid lipsticks became very popular, I just never went back. My husband doesn't like me wearing makeup, so when I started getting super heavy into makeup and I would give him kisses and it would leave, you know, marks on his face and whatnot, he was not happy about that at all. When liquid lipsticks became big, he was like, they're how much more expensive than your normal lipsticks? Go ahead and do it. Spend as much money as you want, because if they don't come off on me, I'm golden. So I prefer liquid lipsticks. That's just my personal opinion. And the cons of liquid lipsticks is some companies, they are a little bit drying. So, you know, if you already have dry lips, that can kind of be an issue, especially if you don't exfoliate and take care of your lips by keeping them moisturized when you're not wearing anything at all. And I guess maybe another con is that you get that kind of like ring in the inside of your lips, especially with darker lipstick. It's not that bad with this one. This one's actually really good. But yeah, so that's probably the cons of liquid lipsticks, and now the pros of liquid lipsticks. I kind of pretty much already mentioned them. They don't come off. You can eat and drink and kiss, and they do not come off. That's the only pro that you need. All right, so our second question comes to us from Girly XO, and she wants to know, as a mother, how do you manage to squeeze a me time? I often find it hard to even put makeup on because my little one is at the bathroom banging or begging to go play. So I really don't have me time at all, actually. The time that I have me time is when I'm filming. And when I'm filming, the kids are most likely down for their nap for the day. So I really don't have like me time. So, I mean, while your kids are asleep, that's when you kind of can do that. Or if your kids are, you know, watching TV or doing like an art project or having lunch or breakfast, those are those little times in the day when you can find just a few minutes to kind of sit back and relax, or do your favorite thing, like do your makeup or do your hair, dress up, or whatever it may be, whatever you enjoy. Those are the few minutes in the day you can take to kind of, you know, have fun for yourself. The next question comes from Maria Viz, and she wants to know, how did you start makeup? I really want to start. So,
let me think. That's a good question. That's a real good question.
I've always loved makeup. I mean, I think my first memory of makeup is back when my mom bought me those, you know, old plastic makeup sets where it was all cream products. I had like purple, blue, and pink, and I did her makeup, and I specifically remember my oldest sister saying that she looked like George Washington because I put white all over her eyebrows, and I never forgot that. I'm talking about you. But that was like, I've always loved makeup, and I think I was maybe 6 or 8 or 10, right around that age range at that time. But I started getting heavier into makeup a little after high school. Like, I did makeup while I was in high school, obviously, but I got heavier into the craft and the art aspect of makeup after high school, especially when I started filming Big Texas. When they did our hair and makeup, I would sit and watch them do it, and I would study everything that they did, and I would make mental notes, and I would go home that night after filming, and I would practice and practice and practice and practice. So that's pretty much where I started. And then after that, I would go on YouTube and I would watch videos, and same thing, practice, 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 and practice. And ta-da! Here I am today. But every day still I learn something new, a new technique, a new style, and it's amazing. Next question is from Say Shalibra 74, and they said, I wanted to ask you if you know an easier way to contour for quick on the go. What products could one use real quick? You know, mom's on the go, makeup on point. So probably my best advice for that is grabbing a semi-cool toned blush. I know Physician Formula has one, and it's a reasonable drugstore product. And just grab a big fluffy blending brush, do it here on the cheeks, the forehead, and obviously the jawbone, and you're good to go. You don't have to be super precise. As long as you get that little bit of a definition with that brush, you're good to go, and it's super quick. And like I said, on the go. I'm gonna make a video on like a super quick on the go makeup routine for moms. That's coming up soon, so stay tuned. Next question comes from Chloe Conan, and she says, what's your favorite thing to do with your kids? Well, I think that my favorite thing to do with my kids is go to the park, because that's my daughter's favorite thing to do. You know, I don't really enjoy going to the park so much, but she does. So when I take her there and she's so excited and so happy, and I see that look on her face, game over. That's it. That makes my life right there. My son, he's only 6 months old, so you know, he likes to chew on his toes. I like watching him do that because I think it's the cutest thing ever, but that's pretty much it. So going to the park is my actual answer. Atlanta Bash X asked, do you keep in contact with anyone from Big Rich, Texas? And I do not. I used to talk to Leslie. Her and I didn't fall out for any negative reason. We just don't really talk anymore because she has her own things going on, and I have 2 kids, so that's a lot to deal with. So no, I don't. We have another question from Chloe Conan, and she asked, what is my favorite brand of eyelashes? I'm not sure if I have like a favorite brand of eyelashes, but I know that my favorite eyelashes that I'm currently using right now is the Gilded Eyelashes from Eyelure. They're my absolutely go-to lashes. I'm wearing them right now. They're just like the perfect combination of, you know, nice and soft, but glam, and definitely give me that pow effect. Next question is from Crystal, or Sun-Kissed Sunday, and she said, will you ever move back to Texas? I will never move back to Texas. If I were to ever leave where I'm currently at, I would probably move back to California, but even then, I don't think that I'd be considering that. I'm really happy where I am. And last but not least, I have the question from Alex M23, and she said, what is your daughter and son's names? How did you pick them? So I always say this to everybody who asks, but I feel like I should probably just go over this one more time for everybody who's new with us. Me and my husband made a decision before we even had my daughter that we will not, you know, post pictures or release names, only for the purpose of safety, because there are people out there who don't like me. And sometimes when people don't like you, they can get nasty and they will, you know, criticize. One time I had posted a picture of me and a family member, and some people left pretty nasty comments about them. When they don't know me, they don't know my family. So that's something that we were always concerned about. My kids never do anything to anybody. So I don't want to post a picture and just because somebody doesn't like me, they're gonna be like, oh, your kid's ugly, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just not gonna deal with that. My kids don't deserve that. I'm never gonna put them through something like that. You know, it's gonna hurt me obviously more than it hurts them. They don't understand. So, but yeah, that's why I never talk I never say the names of my kids or post pictures of my kids. It's not because I don't love them or anything like that. It's just for safety purposes, and that's, you know, my personal choice. I don't look down upon or judge or have a negative, you know, opinion about anybody who chooses to post pictures of their kids on the internet. That's totally their choice and their business, but as my parental choice, I'm choosing not to do that with my kids. That's all. That's all. And I will kind of finish this whole little mini Q&A session up with, she asked, how did you pick them? I will tell you that. So, for my daughter, we had a huge whiteboard full of names picked out. And there was one name that I found in a book but it was spelled just a wee bit differently. So I took my twist on the name, took a few letters out, moved a few letters around, and voila! That's how I made my daughter's name. Now, as far as my son goes, we had actually pretty much kind of set on a name, and then one day we are walking down the street, just left this little cute pizza place, and we saw two old Italian guys sitting on the corner of the block, and they were talking. They're like, "Hey, gumbats, blah, blah, blah," and they were, talking back and forth in Italian, and me and my husband can understand Italian. He can speak it-ish. I'm learning how to speak it. And when he addressed the other gentleman and we heard his name, it was like fireworks went off. And we fell in love with his name. It's half traditional, half new generation, because more of like a slang for a classic traditional Italian name. And we fell in love. We loved it. We knew right away, hey, that's gonna be our little son's name. So that's how we came up with our two kids' names. All right, you guys, that is it. I wanted to just do a cute, simple, quick Q&A for you guys. I'll do one in the future, I promise. Always send me your questions. I'll definitely keep them in the stockpile. I hope I answered all of your guys' questions. And as always, if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!